Well, good morning. Welcome to practice. So, we'll start today laying down on our backs. So, go ahead and come onto your back in a way that you are comfortable. I often like to start with my knees bent, feet on the floor. And just take a moment to, if like me, your knees are bent, sway your knees a bit from side to side. It's kind of checking in with your hips a little bit, as well as how your back is feeling. Perhaps as your knees are swaying, you feel your hips gently lift and fall a few times. All right, and then we'll take both knees in toward the chest, give them a gentle squeeze, a little rock from side to side. All right, and then roll to your left side, letting your knees stay bent in this way. You might rest your head on your left arm or the floor. And then we'll take the right hand to the right shoulder and then just start to circle a few times. And checking in with that right shoulder, as well as everything that's connected to it. Maybe you can sense some of the chest muscles on the right, maybe up into your neck or your back. Rotate the opposite way. All right, and then reach your right hand up toward the ceiling. Take a full breath in. And exhale as you twist. And then again, inhale, reach up. And exhale as you twist. Right arm out and back. And one more time, breathing in. And breathing out. And now just make sure that your twist is comfortable for you. So for some of us, it can be nice to have either a blanket, a pillow, a block in between the knees. You might feel comfortable straightening out the bottom leg so that your right knee comes a little closer to the floor. And you might gently sway your head side to side to find which way does the head want to turn in this moment. And then take 3 breaths. All right, so after your 3rd breath, guide your knees back to center. We'll cross the right ankle over the left thigh, and then bring the legs in toward the chest, grabbing through for that left leg. You might grab around your left shin or behind your knee, either way. Hugging the legs into the chest. Now start to also rotate through your left ankle. Point and flex the foot, wiggle the toes, move them around a bit in space. And now with your hands behind your left knee, let your left leg straighten up toward the ceiling and then reach up through your heel. Actively pull your left toes down so that you're starting to stretch the back of the leg. And then point your left toes up. Give a little stretch to the front of your foot and shin. And then again, heel up, toes pulled down. And once more, point. All right, so as that left foot and ankle relax, straighten your right leg up to join your left leg so that your right ankle is just on top of your left ankle. And then we'll interlace our fingers, take our hands behind the head, rest the head and elbows on the floor. Now as you inhale, start to lower your legs towards the floor, trying to keep them as straight as you can. And then as you exhale, pull your legs back up. Now, if after that first one it feels too much, like it's too strong or too challenging, just lower and lift your bottom leg, your left leg. All right. So we'll do 3 more of those. Inhale to lower one or both legs. Exhale to lift. All right. 2 more. Breathing in. And last one. All right, release the feet to the floor, step them wide, and again sway your knees from side to side. All right, so release your hands from behind your head, and then we'll roll to the right side. Again, your head might rest on the floor or on your right arm. Draw the knees in kind of close. And then we'll take the left hand to the left shoulder and start to circle. Again, just checking in with that left shoulder as well as everything that's connected to it. And change directions. All right, reach your left hand up into the air. Take a deep breath in. And exhale as you twist. Send your left arm out and back towards the floor behind you. We'll do that 2 more times. Inhale, reach up. Exhale and twist. Reach out and back. And one more time, breathing in. And breathing out. And just make your twist as comfortable as possible. So, like we did on the other side, you might just keep your knees together. You might put something soft in between your knees to give yourself a little extra support. You might let that bottom leg straighten out so your left knee comes a little closer to the floor. Just make it comfortable for you. And then relax into the shape that you find yourself in. All right, after your next breath releases, slowly guide your knees back to center. Now, this time it'll be the left ankle crossing over the right thigh. Bring the legs into the chest, reach through for your right leg. Again, you might grab around the shin or behind the knee. But the left hand is going through the hole that your legs are making. And then as you rock a little bit from side to side, start to rotate through your right ankle. Wiggle and scrunch and move your toes. All right, now with your hands behind your right knee so that your right leg can straighten up, start to reach up through your heel and then actively pull your right toes down. Sensing into the back of the right leg. And then we'll point the toes up. Stretching the top of the foot up into the shin a little bit. And once again, reach the heel up, pull the toes down. And point the toes up. All right, so as that right foot and ankle relax, straighten your left leg up to join it. So now your left ankle is on top. Interlace your fingers, hands behind your head, but head and elbows on the floor. All right, as we did before, inhale, slowly lower your legs, trying to keep them straight. Lower them to the point where you need to stop, so it'll be a different point for each of us. Then as we exhale, pull the legs back up. And again, if it's too challenging to do both legs together, just do the bottom leg. Just do the right leg lifting and lowering. All right, 3 more. Inhale to lower. Exhale to lift. 2 more. And last one. All right, release your feet to the floor. Again, step them wide. Sway your knees from side to side. All right, release your hands from behind your head. Roll over to one side and then press yourself up and into a seated position, but let your legs be straight forward. All right, so from this position, let your left knee bend. Just walk your foot in. So you have a couple of options here for how you place your left foot. You might keep it sort of in the left lane of the mat. If it's comfortable for your body, you could also cross it over to the outside of the right knee. So either way is fine. And then take the right arm around to hug that left leg. Now you might be hugging with your elbow. You might just take your hand to your shin, depending on your proportions. And then we'll take the left hand towards the floor behind your hips. All right, as you inhale, grow tall. So really lift up through the top of the head. As you exhale, begin to turn your head to look back over your left shoulder. All right, take another breath in, turn your head to look forward towards your right foot. And then exhale, turn your head to look back past your left shoulder. Now let your head rotate following your breath. Again, inhale as your head looks forward. Exhale as you turn your head to look back. 3 more breaths. Nice and slow. Two more. And last one. All right, release rotation from your head and neck, from your shoulders, and the rest of your torso. Now we'll switch our legs and do the same thing on the other side. So left leg straightens, right knee bends, walk your foot in. And again, maybe the right foot stays in the right lane, or maybe you cross it over to the outside of the left knee. Just kind of see which works better for your proportions. All right, then left arm hugs the right leg. Right hand to the floor behind your hips. Inhale, grow tall, lift up through the top of the head. Root down through the back of that left leg. And then exhale as you twist. Turn your head to look back beyond that right shoulder. Slowly inhale, turn your head to look forward towards your left foot. Exhale, turn your head to look back. All right, 3 more breaths. All right, last one. All right, release the rotation from your head and neck, from your shoulders, from the rest of your torso, and then let both of your knees be bent with your feet on the floor. Let your hands gently rest on your knees and then start to slowly take your torso back until you start to feel your belly engage a little bit. So you want to feel that slight engagement of your belly with your feet still on the floor. Lift your chest, relax your shoulders down and back. Now get as long as you can through your spine. So sometimes when we lean back, we have this tendency to kind of droop a little bit and let the spine fall back. But really keep your torso nice and long, belly engaged. And then if you want a little bit more challenge, lift one or both feet up off the floor. Keep the chest lifting, keep the belly engaged, keep the shoulders relaxing down away from the ears. Now, if you're very strong, maybe you can straighten your legs up or reach your hands towards your feet. But it's also fine to keep the knees bent. Work with where you're at. Breathing deep, keep lifting your heart, engage your belly. You could also just have one foot down. Lots of ways to modify and change the amount of challenge. All right, 3 more breaths. All right, now we'll all take our feet down to the floor and then come on to hands and knees. Hands under shoulders, knees underneath your hips. With your inhale, let your belly drop. Lift your head and your tail. With your exhale, tuck your tail, round your back, move your chin toward your chest. Again, breathing in, belly drops, head and tail lift up. Breathing out as you tuck and round. All right, one more breathing in. And breathing out. As you bring your torso back to neutral, tuck your toes under. Lift your knees, take your hips up into the air. Take a moment to bend the knees deeply and reach the tailbone up toward the ceiling. And then drop one heel toward the floor as you let the opposite knee bend. Switching side to side. All right, with your next inhale, release down to your knees. With your exhale, untuck your toes, sit back towards your feet as you come into child's pose. Again, inhale, rising up onto hands and knees. Exhale, tuck your toes, lift up to downward dog, nice and slow. Inhale to hands and knees. Exhale, sit back towards your feet, finding child's pose. Inhale to hands and knees. Exhale, tuck your toes, downward dog, nice and slow. Inhale to hands and knees. Exhale, child's pose. All right, one more time. Inhale. Hands and knees. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, hands and knees. Exhale, child's pose. All right, this time as you inhale and come up onto hands and knees, we'll just exhale and come down onto the front of our bodies. So just come all the way down onto the front of your body. All right, and then from here, we'll walk the arms forward so the elbows end up underneath the shoulders. And then as you start to press down into your arms, begin to lift your chest and reach it forward. If it's at all uncomfortable to lift the head, you can take the head slightly down so there's less compression in the back of the neck. But just start to relax the muscles of your face and your jaw. Begin to feel the weight of your eyes. Take 3 breaths. All right, lower your heart down to the floor. Slowly press back up onto hands and knees. As you come back to hands and knees, now we'll come back into our seated position. So you might sit up on a cushion, you might sit directly on the floor, depending on your comfort level, of course. But elevating your seat usually helps you have a more upright and supported position for your spine. So sit on a cushion if you have one. And then we'll do a breathing practice called alternate nostril breathing. So you'll use your right hand for that. It'll probably look on camera like I'm using my left hand, but it's in fact my right hand. So take your peace fingers, index and middle finger, in toward your palm, and then you'll be using your thumb and your ring finger to block your nostrils alternately. All right, so starting with the right thumb, right nostril, blocking it off, and then inhale through your left side. Close off the left, open the right, and exhale. Now inhale right side. Close it off, open the left, and exhale. Inhale left side. Close it off, open right, exhale. Inhale right side. Close it off, open left, exhale. Inhale left. Switch, exhale right. Inhale right. Exhale left. Inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Keep going at your own speed. So after the next time that you exhale through your left nostril, go ahead and release your right hand down and let both hands rest on your lap. As you begin to observe the breath, just simply flowing in and out through whichever nostril it flows in and out from, without controlling it. Feeling the coolness of the breath as it flows into the body, and the warmth of the breath as it flows back out. All right, now you can stay in this position for as long as you'd like, observing your breath flowing in and out, dropping into a meditative state. But when you become ready to move on to whatever is next in your day, guide your palms together in front of the heart. And as we bow to the light, within ourselves, we also bow to the light within each other. Thank you. Thank you again for practicing with me today. Next week's class is going to be 45 minutes, a little bit longer than our 25 to 30-ish minute practice. Um, Obviously, participate in the whole thing if you want to, or watch it later. 45 minutes is too long for you, but I think going forward, the Wednesdays are going to be 45 minutes, although some will be shorter. But see you next time. Bye-bye.